So, shall we start, sir?
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay. Very warm good afternoon and welcome to the valedictory session of the two-day virtual international conference on recent trends in business management, social sciences, and education. So, we have come up for the valedictory function of this two-day virtual international conference. And for this, first and foremost, I thank all the participants on behalf of the organizing team, on behalf of our department, and on behalf of the university. Next, I would like to welcome today's chief guest, Dr. Anjay Kumar Mishra. Yes. Let me introduce our today's chief guest for the valedictory section, Dr. Anjay Kumar Mishra. He has a doctorate in project management. He is the research director at Madan Bhandari Memorial Academy, Nepal. He is also a regular visiting professor and PhD supervisor at the various colleges such as the United Technology College, Bharatpura, Chitwan, Institute of Engineering and Management Science College, Rupandehi. He is also serving as an editor-in-chief of DV Publication India. He is also a member of editorial board of different international journals. He has been providing consultancy services to many organizations such as Government of Nepal, Beton Infrastructure, Pune. He has also published more than 100 international peer review research papers. He is also acting and serving as a director at Beton Infrastructure Private Limited, Nepal. He has received many national and international awards for his excellence in research. With this, I welcome our chief guest, Dr. Mishra sir. Welcome you to the virtual conference, sir. Okay, now, as one of my colleague, Dr. Anita R. Nadikar has joined us, I request her to render the formal welcome. Anita madam?
Yeah, I'm here. Shall I start? Okay. Good afternoon to all. Good afternoon to all. It is two-day virtual international conference on recent trends in business management, social sciences, and education. I'm Dr. Anita Natikar, Associate Professor, Department of MBA. Today, it gives me immense pleasure to give welcome speech. First of all, I would like to welcome Professor Omkar Kakade sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, KSAW, for his presence and cooperation. I welcome you, sir. Next, I would like to welcome our beloved registrar, Professor R. Sunandamma, for this auspicious function. Welcome you, ma'am. Next, I would like to welcome on behalf of our university and our department, our chief guest, Dr. Anjay Kumar Mishra, Research Director, Madan Bhandari Memorial Academy, Nepal. Welcome you, sir. Next, I would like to welcome on behalf of our university and department, today's keynote speaker, Dr. M.S. Chandkaute, Principal and former Founder Chairman, Department of Economics, KSAW, Vijaypur. Welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome Professor P.G. Tatsas, sir, Registry Evaluation, KSAW, Vijaypur. Welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome Professor Mallikarjun Yanil and Professor S.P. Kamsheti, HOD of MBA and MCOM department respectively. I welcome you both, sir. Next, I would like to welcome Dr. C.M. Matpati to this function. Welcome, Matpati, sir. Last but not the least, I would like to welcome all the participants and ICT cell staff and all my dear colleagues to this function. I welcome one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita madam. I also welcome Professor Sanjeev Kumar KM, the president of today's valedictory session. Sir is currently working as a registry evaluation for Gulbarga University, Gulbarga. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of the organizing committee, on behalf of department and our university, as well as the participants. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, I would like to request our today's chief guest, Dr. Anjay Kumar Mishra to address the participants.
Namaste and good afternoon to one and all. Thank you for the opportunity to be the part of this international conference as chief guest. At very first, I would like to congratulate the organizing committee who has successfully completed the 2 days international conference on various issues related to business management, social science in this 2 days conference. This type of conference is to be conducted for bringing the knowledge into use. Through this conference also, various knowledge and business issues can be managed. How can it be managed effectively regarding that? Experts have presented their papers and all. So I would like to congratulate them also who has successfully presented their papers. Along with that, all the keynote speakers who has shown their ways, who has shown how the upcoming research and events could be continued in the field. So we are in VUCA world. VUCA word means volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous world. In this world, all the times we need to update ourselves. The knowledge and skill which have been taught through the school might not be, through the business school, might not be sufficient to drive our life all the times. For that points of view also, we have to participate in this type of international conference where we can get chance to interact with the experts and we can make network to update it. In this scenario, I found this 2 days international conference is quite successful. The world is in search of visionary institutional leader, more in number for ensuring the sustainable development, responding to the effect of globalization. The public, private organization, social defense, political organization, everywhere there is immense need of managers and leaders capable of responding to the effect of changing environment. So this type of conference would add value to create the new leaders and managers. In that sense also, I found this conference is quite successful. Management should be responsible, and by participating in such type of conferences, we feel that where is the gap in the management and how could it be made much, can be made much better. In that aspects also, this type of conference are quite valid one. Even earning is not the end. Fulfilling the job is the responsibility of every managers. If you have got the job in bureaucracy, in public service, your earning is assured. But are you fulfilling the job or not? If you participate in this type of conferences, and when people will say where the organization and organizations are moving and where you are, at that time also we feel, are we doing justice with our job or not? For that points of view also, this type of conferences is to be continuously continued. So don't be serious, but be sincere with your job, which will mobilize you to find yourself in a better place with your organization. Steve Jobs, who is known, who is CEO, who was CEO of Apple, has been sacked off from the post just by saying he is not responding to the change of the market condition. The man who has burned his blood for the company, if he can be sacked with the passage of time, why we can't be sacked from our position? For that points of view also, we have to update our knowledge and skill. And for that, this conference seems to be successful in adding the value. That's why also this conference could be said a validated one for ensuring the knowledge or knowledge management and skill among the participants. For balancing the work life and personal life, it's very important. If you participate in this type of conference, sometime you are doing something different what you have been doing as all the times. In that sense, you can take it as incremental learning, or you can take as recreational learning, and by that also you feel relaxed at your workstation and your performance would be enhanced. In that sense also, as former CEO of Coca-Cola had said, if you throw 5 balls, the one ball that may bounce back is work only. So work is not everything. Along with the work, how you make others to do the work, that is also very important. Definitely, most of you are professor. Most of you are professor, and professors have responsibility as other businesses are having as corporate social responsibility to conduct the research to enlighten the social problems. In that aspect, this conference is a successful one. I would like to share one story in 2 minutes. I belongs from a city where you will find that much of the people early in the morning moves on a roadside, and there is one shop, one people who will be selling this pudin hara, one herb. They assume that by consumption of this, gastric would be reduced. And if you go in a shop, they will be giving you pudin hara with charge, with water and lemon and all. But if you ask, they will be giving one a pack of this neem juice as well, and they will not charge for it. I asked with them, why don't you charge for it? Even if you ask twice, thrice, he will be giving. He said, this is my corporate social responsibility. Then I get assumed and ask, what is your qualification? He said, I have just retired from teaching. I used to teach up till 5 class, and still my job was 12 years. I have resigned and I started doing entrepreneurship. And after that, my economic status has changed. But I think that, am I earning much more higher than the expectation? Is this the cause which is making me richer day by day? So I started doing corporate social responsibility, and this name does not cost me anything, but it adds a lot of services. So in this way, he was providing corporate social responsibilities. Similarly, institutions, college, university should add knowledge to solve the problem in terms of their corporate social responsibility. In these aspects also, I find this conference is a successful one. At the end, I would like to say only one thing. Just to remember our school day, our teacher used to beat us to improve our handwriting by saying that if you want to be an accountant, your handwriting should be very good. Your handwriting is poor. How can you be an accountant? Right now, many accountants have not written since last 2 years except their signature. Why? Because computer has intervened and everything has been started to be done through the computer. So there is no importance of handwriting in today's world. Same thing is happening day by day. The skill or knowledge which we are learning through this school, that is getting rejected based on the trends of the business day by day. So if you participate in this type of conference, definitely our knowledge and skill would be updated so that we can move with the society need. Success is not a permanent endeavor. It is changing all the times. If you run along with it, then only you can sustain. For that point of view also, this conference is a successful. This conference is a quite fruitful, and several knowledges has been brought on the floor. So congratulations and thank you to entire team, participants, organizer, and all the professor. With this only, I would like to conclude my valedictory speech. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you so very much for such a wonderful address, sir. You have spoken about the sustainable development, about the social defense, about the changing climate or changing environment. You have given the example of the CEO of the Steve Jobs, Coca-Cola, and you have given stress on upgrading the knowledge and skill, which is a need for our irrespective of the situation. So I thank you on behalf of the organizing committee, on behalf of our department, our university, as well as on behalf of all the participants. I once again thank you so very much for your time and presence, sir. Now I would like to request the participants, if they would like, they can give the feedback about this conference. Anyone in the participants would like to give the feedback?
Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon, sir.
This is Dr. Arivagan from Amet University.
Yes, sir. Welcome. Kindly go ahead.
Sir, this conference is organized well, and as well as the prompt information has been given by the organizing secretary. And during this pandemic situation, organizing this kind of conference is really a great. Good work, sir. Keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, sir. Anyone else? Anyone
Good
else in the
afternoon, all
party?
of you.
Yes, madam.
Good afternoon, all of you. I am Kavita Sanknur. Thanks for this wonderful virtual conference, and it was very informative, and the scheduled timetable, everything was very good. Thanks for the conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kavita ma'am. Yes, anyone else in the participants? Your valuable feedback does matter to us for organizing such kind of events in the coming future. Dr. Vinita madam?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. I really wanted to say thank you to you as well as your organizing team for having, for having allowed us to portray our thoughts and our research work in your virtual conference. So it was really wonderful being in this virtual conference, and I really look forward to more such kind of conferences and workshops being organized by you. I would really like to take part. So, and I want to say that yes, the schedule was very well organized, and the information which you were giving on Telegram was such timely, and it was all a good effort put by you and your entire team. So, thank you so much.
Thank you, Vinita madam. Okay. Now we shall move on to the next part of the valedictory session, that is the keynote address by Dr. M.S. Chandkote sir. Sir was a principal, now has been retired, principal in the Porwal College, Shindgi, which is nearby our town, Vijaypur. And he has also acted as a former founder chairman of Department of Economics, Karnataka State Akkamadi Women's University, Vijaypur. Sir has written various books, articles in the reputed journals, as well as presented a paper in the international and national level conferences. He's a very good friend of mine, a mentor, a teacher, a guru, and moreover, a great friend. Thank you for having you, sir, and for your presence. Now, shall I request Chandkote sir to take over from here?
Good afternoon to everyone who have joined this Zoom meeting of valedictory session. Distinguished Chief Guest, Dr. Anjay Kumar Mishra, Research Director, Madan Bhandari Memorial Academy, Nepal, Honorable President of this session, Professor Omkar Kakade, our beloved Vice Chancellor, our benevolent patrons, Professor R. Sunandamma, Registrar, Akkamadevi Men's University, and Professor P.G. Tadasad, Registrar Evaluation For this particular session, Acting President, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar, and inspiring conveners of the conference, Professor N.L. Mallikarjun, Dean and the Chairman of the Department of Management, and Professor S.B. Kamsetti, Chairman and Chairman Department of Commerce, Dr. Anita Madam, and most dynamic organizing secretary, my friend Dr. C.M. Matapati, all the participants, resource persons, research scholars, students, faculty members of the different departments and different universities in India and abroad. At the outset, I extend my congratulations to all of you who joined this international virtual conference. And at the same time, I extend my sincere thanks to the organizers for having invited me to deliver a keynote address in this session. The conference has set forth a very broad theme, that is recent trends in business management, social sciences, and education. As explicitly stated, the main objective of this conference is to explore, identify, document, analyze, and examine the main trends in these three areas. Here, I think it is better to assume and understand the term recent means the current or concurrent. So recent trends, we may take it as the current trends or emerging trends, because the significant changes or trends not only in these three areas, but in all walks of life began to appear only after the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in China by the end of 2019. And in the subsequent 2-3 months, it spread across the globe. We cannot call these trends as post-COVID trends also, because the COVID-19 pandemic is not over. The battle against this pandemic is still continued throughout the world. In this context, the conference aimed to make the concurrent assessment of impact of COVID-19 on these three areas, that is the management studies, the social sciences, and the education, with a specific reference to the theoretical concepts and real life situation at large. Really, one has to appreciate the courage and boldness of the organizers shown in their effort to compress such a vast topic, which could have been a subject matter of several such conferences. I am sure that the main spirit behind their effort is to approach to the problem in wholesome, not at piecemeal. Their intention is to bring together the interdisciplinary and multidimensional participants on the common platform. And finally, they want to arrive at coordinated conclusions and infer integrated policy implications. After listening to the various resource persons and paper presenters in different sessions in these 2 days, I believe the organizers have collected the essence what they expected, and to that extent the conference seems to be a successful. As I can gather, there are overwhelming changes in the trends in these three areas. It is a mixed state of both positive and negative trends. As the process of change is still continuing, we have to wait and observe for some more time and come out with new trends set in. So I think these are the few valedictory remarks that I can give at this valedictory session. Now I will come to the second part of my duty. I would like to share my few of my thoughts in the valedictory session about my paper, which is jointly prepared by myself and Dr. C.M. Matapati, Organizing Secretary. The title of the paper we have prepared is the trends in growth of GDP and employment in India during COVID-19 pandemic and a need for stimulus measures to make Atmanirbhar India to cherish our self-sustaining Indian economy during the post-COVID-19 pandemic. So I would summarize the main findings of our paper into three important points. First, we have examined the trends in the growth of GDP during the pandemic, COVID pandemic, during the current financial year. The growth rate of GDP in India during the current financial year, that is 2021, the data from CSO and RBI projected GDP growth rate in India show that the annual growth rate of GDP in India has been declining since last 4 years and reached the lowest level of just 4.2% in 1919-20. After the outbreak of COVID-19 in March-April and its concomitant lockdown measures, Indian economy suffered a sudden shock. The GDP growth rate has fallen to an all-time record lowest level of minus 23.9% in the first quarter of the 2021. It is first quarter of the COVID-19 pandemic also. The GDP growth rate in India began to improve gradually in the succeeding quarters due to phase-wise unlock measures adopted by the government and economic stimulus measures declared and given by the government of India. The overall growth rate of GDP during the entire financial year 2021, as projected by the Reserve Bank of India, would be minus 9.5%. So the quarterly growth rate of GDP reveals that in the first quarter, it was minus 23.9. In the second quarter, it is minus 9.8%. In the subsequent third quarter, that is from October to December, it is projected to be minus 5.6%. And in the last quarter of this financial year, that is fourth quarter, Indian GDP would come to the positive stage, and it would be positive or plus 0.5%. The overall growth rate of GDP over an entire period of 2020-21, it would be minus 9.5%. So the just like growth rate across the in different quarters, the growth rate of GDP across the states is also identified, and it is revealed that it differs from state to state, and the ag- the yes, it also differs, and studies also shed a light on the sector-wise growth rate of the GDP, and it is revealed that the manufacturing sector or industrial sector was highest GDP at minus 39.47, and in the service sector it was minus 18.4, and fortunately the GDP at agriculture was only at positive 5.7%. Therefore, during the pandemic phase first or the quarter one, agriculture, the so-called backbone of Indian economy, played a vital role of life supporting to the Indian economy. This is all about the GDP growth rate. Secondly, we also examined the employment growth rate in India during this pandemic period. The pre-pandemic period, the growth rate of employment in India over a long period of about 40 years, it reveals that as the GDP is increasing, the growth rate of employment is continuously falling. Therefore, there is a inverse or negative relationship between GDP and employment. And there is the employment elasticity of GDP is said to be zero. Therefore, even though income increased, our employment opportunities are not increasing. This was a situation before the commencement of the pandemic period. But during the pandemic period, the GDP itself has become negative, and naturally employment expansion was not there. On the contrary, there was a rapid increase in the unemployment figures. So as per the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy figures reveal, the unemployment rate in India during the April and May 2020, that is the first quarter of the pandemic, it jumped to the highest level of 23.52%. And that unemployment rate during the pandemic period varies across the states also, and between the rural and urban areas. The Center for Monitoring Indian Economy data revealed that unemployment rate was highest in urban area than in rural areas, and it was highest in states like Uttarakhand, Haryana, Jammu and Kashmir, and Goa, etc. So let us come to the last point of my presentation. So we also dealt with economic stimulus measures provided by the government to overcome the shock to the Indian economy. In order to protect the poor and vulnerable sections of the people from economic hardship created by COVID-19 and subsequent lockdown measures, Government of India took immediately several rescue and relief measures like providing free food, shelter, free transportation, drinking water, etc. Apart from that, in the later stage, the government took the phase-wise unlock measures to rebreathe the economy, and government also announced a liberal economic stimulus measures to review and regenerate the economy. In the first phase, Union Finance Ministry announced an economic stimulus package of more than 20 lakh crores rupees in this current financial year. It consists of several schemes under fiscal measures worth of 12.95 lakh crores, and it consists of several monetary measures which will expected to provide incentive or stimulus to the extent of 8.02 lakh crores rupees. So India's amount of stimulus package as percentage of GDP works out to be around 10%. It is gratifying to note that India's this stimulus package rate is much higher than the same in many rich countries like Russia, France, Italy, Spain, etc. By this liberal stimulus measures, our Honorable Prime Minister visualizes to make India Atmanirbhar, the Swavalambi Bharat, that is self-sustaining economy. Government of India has also not stopped to provide stimulus packages. In the second phase, in just 3-4 days back, it declared another package measures to boost up the demand for goods and services in the market. This package consists of 36 crores rupees directly in the hands of the consumers in the form of LTC cash vouchers, 2,800 crores, and festival advances, 8,000 crores rupees to the employees. And another 37,000 crores rupees package in the form of increased capital expenditure. The central government will make it its own additional capital expenditure worth of 25,000 crores rupees, and it will give interest-free loan to the state governments for their development expenditure to the extent of 12,000 crores rupees. So in all, in the second phase, of the package, 73 crores rupees package is announced by the Government of India. Due to all such supportive and stimulus measures, Indian economy is fast recovering from the slump and showing the signs of positive growth rate. So we can conclude by looking at the growth rates, unemployment rates, and government package measures that Indian economy, which sunk into the deep depression, at the bottom of the depression, minus 23.9% GDP and minus 23 unemployment rate. So due to government package measures, it suddenly began to improve, and there is every hope that it will definitely come to a positive trend by the end of the financial year. So I conclude that government measures are very timely and exemplary, and definitely it will boost up our economy to the pre-pandemic period level of growth and level of employment. Thanking you all for giving this opportunity to present our joint paper and also give some valedictory remarks on this valedictory session. Thank you one and all once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for such meaningful words on employment as well as GDP in the current trends of COVID pandemic. Thank you very much for your time and your presence. Now may I request Professor Sanjeev Kumar KM to deliver the presidential remarks. Professor Sanjeev Kumar is presently working as a registry evaluation in Gulbarga University, Kalburgi. He was and he is presently a professor in Department of Management Studies, Karnataka State, Akkamadevi Women's University, Vijaypur. Sir, Sanju sir, over to you.
Yes. Can you hear, Chandru?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's audible?
Yes, sir. It is audible.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Chandrasekhar Matpati. Thank you very much. First of all, I congratulate the organizing secretary Matpati for conducting the wonderful conference of this virtual international conference for 2 days in the recent trend in business management, social science and education. And I also thank Professor Omkar Kakade, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Akmadevi Women's University. I also take the opportunity to Professor Sunandamma, Registrar, for supporting our department. I also thank Professor Tadsat for actively participating in all the webinars we conduct in the university. Dr. Mallikarjun Anil, Chairman of Management Department, Professor Kamshetty sir, Dr. Anita madam, and my Guru Chandkote sir, who just spoke now, gave some presidential address. And it was nice, sir, to hear you and and they were still continuing to do the research with Matpati. It's very honor for us. And your findings will be taken care and it can be incorporated in coming studies. And also, I thank the department organizing this wonderful international conference. Before that, I need to speak on a few challenges that we encounter in the present scenario. As all the speakers spoke on a pandemic situation, that's very, what do you say? It's very dangerous for us, all the human beings. That we have to understand first. The first and foremost of duty of all the people in this world is to educate people with all this pandemic. Because when you look at the Indian scenario, 80% of the population live in rural areas where still education is not that much happening. So as a management experts or management professionals, we have to educate people. That's and foremost challenges we come across. Educate people through your knowledge or execution. We have to go to the villages, visit villages and give hands-on help to the people who are required. CSR is also, we have to conduct a lot of CSR activity along with, whenever we get a time, we have to educate people. As globalization is a threat now, the global financial crisis, as GDP is decreasing because of a lot of employability is not given to this present situation by a lot of people. Now business models will change. A lot of people will lose job and a lot of people will have an opportunity to enter in the new stream of business models. Like now the traffic flow will be very less due to the health measures. People are not moving around and it's not like a flexible environment as usual like earlier before January or February. Now people is afraid of moving to the market and purchase the products and with these basic threats, the GDP is always affected. And also when you look at, there is a growing role of knowledge. Knowledge is there, n number of knowledge is there. We have to pick the correct information and deliver to the people. And so that information, what we give to the people can be used and that can save many lives. Because knowledge is enormous today and people are less educated in India. And that role management experts should take now. Educate people, educate all nowadays only giving some fascinating ideas is not helpful. You have to execute the plans at the ground level. We as individuals should go there and see the people and help the people, and so that that can be benefited. There will be a lot of changing training needs are there, and there's a new form of competition is coming up. Competition is there, but new form now. All companies will start producing masks, and all companies will start producing sanitizers. All these health measures. Who had thought that immunity booster was earlier there in the market, but today every company talks of immunity booster, which is a need today. Health supplement is a need today, and there is a lot of business models where STEM inhalation also is in a line. So all these changes happens, but we live in a society where these changes are there, and as somebody, as Professor Anjaneyya sir was, Anjay Mishra was talking of work-life balance. Definitely, you have to balance our life with the work. Then only the challenges what we come across in future can be accepted properly. And there are a lot of fringe benefits given, a lot of companies coming out with the new business models, and a lot of companies are giving the offer. A lot of companies are giving the offers. And the financial crisis have been, financial stability you have to understand, and continuously you have to work for a sustainable development. So, and with these words, I thank the organizer. At last, we live in an era where everything is possible. We live in an era where everything is possible and nothing is certain. And nothing can be remained as a certainty, but we live in still in uncertainty world, but everything is possible. With these hopes, we, in coming days, we will be developing some new business models, and we'll be talking to the people with the new knowledge. I thank Chandrasekhar Matpati for giving me a chance to speak few words about this seminar, or few thoughts of about the new pandemic situation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so very much for your time and your presence and your kind words regarding how to overcome the challenges and how to face the situation in this pandemic and how to overcome this particular thing. And you have also spoken about the work-life balance. We, on behalf of the department and on behalf of the entire team and participants, extend a warm thanks to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, my dear participant friends, we have come to the end of the two-day virtual international conference. And I would like to request Ms. Anusha to convey the vote of thanks. Anusha?
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Anusha, go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my immense pleasure to present a vote of thanks on this occasion today. I firstly present my vote, extend my warm thanks to the VC Sir Omkar Kakade sir, for allowing us to conduct this wonderful session. And I thank today's chief guest, Dr. Anjay Kumar Mishra, Research Director, Madan Bhandari Memorial Academy, Nepal, for giving his time and having said for a few words regarding the today's situation. And I also thank keynote speaker Dr. M.S. Chandkote sir, retired principal and former founder chairman, Department of Economics, Karnataka State Akamadevi Women's University, Bijapur. And I also thank Professor R. Sunandamma, Registrar KSAWU Vijaypur, and also Professor PG Tadsar, Registrar Evaluation, Karnataka State Akamadevi Women's University, Vijaypur, for supporting and helping us in conducting the event. I thank conveners of this event, Professor Mallikarjun NL sir, Chairman and Dean, Department of Management, KSAW Vijaypur, and Professor SP Kamshetty sir, Chairman, Department of Commerce, Karnataka State Akamadevi Women's University, Bijapur, and Dr. Anita R. Natekar ma'am, Associate Professor, Department of Management, Karnataka State Akamadevi Women's University, Bijapur, and the Organizing Secretary, Dr. C.M. Matpati sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Management, KSAW Vijaypur. And last but not the least, I also thank all the participants for giving their inputs and making this event successful. I also thank everybody who has supported directly and indirectly in making this event successful. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, Anusha. Thank you, Anusha, for the vote of thanks. And once again, I thank each and everyone who has actively participated in this virtual international conference. I once again thank Dr. Anjay Mishra from Nepal, Professor Sanjeev Kumar sir, Dr. M.S. Chandkode sir, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Kakade sir, Professor Sunandamma, Registrar, Registry Evaluation, PG Tadsar sir, Professor Mallikarjun, Dean and Chairman, Department of Management, Professor Kamshetty sir, Chairman, Department of Commerce, Dr. Anita Arnatekar, Associate Professor, and all the team of the ICT cell for facilitating to organize this kind of a virtual conference. I thank one and all. Thank you. Thank you so very much. And my dear participants, you will get your certificates within 26th of this month. And we are working on to come up with the proceeding of this virtual conference. And as soon as it happens, I will let you know in the Telegram group. Until and unless, kindly don't leave the Telegram group. Thank you. Thank you once again.